Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. 22 Worthy Careers. I've been a career counselor for many years and written books such as Careers for Dummies, which list pros and cons of hundreds of careers. I want to call these careers, 22 of them, to your attention. Of course, a well-suited career for one person could be a nightmare for another, but in any event, these subjective nano-descriptions are mere starting places. For more, try a Google search on the career's name plus the word career, for example, AI architect and the word career. I list them here in rough order of likely appeal to a broad audience. Political campaign manager. Many people like work that's episodic. Work hard for some weeks, then get a break. Alas, more and more money is getting spent on political campaigns, even at the local level. We should create more demand for political campaign managers who organize messaging, volunteers, and so on. Haircutter. Low stress, pleasant exchanges, and your job can't be offshored or automated. No worries about AI killing your job. Mediator. Whether in romance, the workplace, or a landlord-tenant dispute, nearly everyone prefers a negotiated solution to a lawsuit. Mediation is a crowded field, so, as is often the case, it helps to specialize. I had a client who specializes in disputes among postal workers. A law or psychology degree adds credibility. Librarian. Today's DIY information gathering and easy buying on Amazon is suppressing librarian jobs, but some still get hired. If I were starting out, I would consider a career as a librarian. I'd probably specialize as a university librarian because fewer people apply and I like academics. Own or manage a dull normal business. Many people seek to own a glamorous business from nightclub to nanotech, but because status businesses are popular, the competition is fierce. My clients have found status to be the enemy of contentment. It's easier to succeed as, for example, the owner of a mobile home park maintenance company. And it feels great to be in demand and have thankful customers while making a good living. And that's easier in a field like that than trying to compete in, for example, biotech. Government employee. True or not, conventional wisdom is that you're settling when taking a government job. But today, in which more jobs are part-time temp with few benefits, government is often the last bastion of full-time, fully benefited jobs with job security non-pareil. Government is America's largest employer, hiring everyone from clerks to executive, artists to scientists. Tutor. Classroom teaching is getting tougher because of mixed ability classes and more government mandates. Being a tutor gets around that. Plus, one-on-ones encourage relationships that go beyond the subject matter. Specialists, for example, in autism, are paid more. Estate planning attorney. Many attorneys are unhappy. Too contentious, too voluminous detail work. Estate planning attorneys tend to be happier. There's no fire-breathing opposing attorney. Plus, you have myriad tools to help ensure that a person's hard-earned money goes where he or she wants, rather than to the government or to a dishonest relative claiming that the will is invalid. Career counselor. I like being a career counselor, helping people one-on-one to find well-suited work, and succeeding in leadership, public speaking, time management, and stress management. If you don't relish the idea of building a practice, consider aiming for a job at a college. Genetic counselor. Imagine you're carrying the gene for breast cancer and there's a 50% chance you'll pass it on to a daughter. Should you get pregnant? Genetic counselors help you decide. Of course, there are many other examples. Ethicist. I find it fun to evaluate the impacts of a decision on the stakeholders, whether to mandate single-payer health care or how to encourage more ethical behavior in organizations. Alas, a PhD is often required. Optometrist. You get to wear a white coat, probably make six figures, and you won't get middle-of-the-night calls. Training is shorter than for an MD, but still substantial. Physician assistant. Cost controls mean that much MD work is increasingly done by physician assistants. Generally, they're not life-and-death situations, so it may be less stressful than being a physician, and the training is much shorter, yet the pay is still good. Nurse anesthetist. In another cost control measure, nurse anesthetists are often used instead of very expensive anesthesiologists. Surgical technologist. The training is relatively short, yet to get to be involved in surgery, at least pre and post, you may prep the patients and set up the operating room for the surgeon. Locksmith. We are so grateful to see the locksmith, like when we're locked out of our car or our home. Training isn't undue. AI architect. Now, this is obviously a difficult field to get into and succeed in, but my intuition is that today's architecture for artificial intelligence, that is neural networks, will be superseded. Are you one of those computer geniuses who can reimagine AI architecture? AI visualization specialist. Many people prefer visual over text. AI can not only do illustrations and charts, but in the future it may, for example, generate compelling videos. Nuclear engineer. Even many ardent environmentalists have come to recognize that energy and climate solutions require a mix of energy sources. Nuclear, a virtually unlimited source of clean energy, will be an increasing part of the mix, subject, of course, to safety concerns. Professor. It can be pleasant to teach college students and do research. Alas, tenure-track professor jobs are very difficult to get. Unless you're a PhD-level researcher with great potential to bring in big research dollars, it's tough to land more than a part-time temp lecturer position. It does help if you're of an au courant demographic. Judge. Yes, you have to be a lawyer first and then probably kiss the right rings, but it can be a most interesting job. And finally, genetics researcher. If I were starting over, this is the career I would probably pursue. We're just at the dawn of gene therapies to improve humankind. In your lifetime, I can envision gene therapies preventing cancers, even enhancing intelligence and altruism, subject to ethical guardrails. In any event, those are 22 worthy careers. As usual, I thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel, and certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 34 books. Probably the most relevant is Careers for Dummies, but all 34 are on Amazon. Just go there, search on my name, Marty Nemko, N-E-M-K-O, and you will find more than you can stomach. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.